Hello, we're in the second part of a series of little online demonstrations to help you unzip the files to your life, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that in a moment. But first, the disclaimer: the information contained in this series is for personal use. It's not for the practice of any healing art. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure. Instead, this is about a software program that's designed to help raise personal vibration or voltage, sometimes called chi. Software is known as the SRC for you, and it's going to be sending the energy of virtual Qigong to what's known as the energetic blueprint or the etheric field. And so with consistent use, patterns of stress may be cleared and the body may be allowed to self-heal. If you have a physical condition, you should seek the advice of your healthcare provider immediately. So this is lesson 2 in the series, and something to think about. Years back, I had a friend who absolutely had a beautiful singing voice, and she was told she could be a star if she would just work, and she had to do some hard work to develop these skills, but she frankly said she just didn't want to work that hard. And I remember thinking back then, if I had that kind of voice, I'd work night and day. But ironically, all of us have a choice, and it dwarfs singing ability, and it takes work too. We can project the reality we desire. The challenge is we don't understand how this works. So I'd like to share some key concepts. First of all, we are comprised of multiple energy fields, and these are literally sets of informational codes, mathematical formulas, zip files. Some refer to it as a matrix of energy. You can call it what you like, but this field, even though it's unseen, surrounds us, it permeates us, and it's filled with information we need to thrive. Our systems are designed to access the information, but there are forms of static which we're just going to use the blanket statement stress can create blocks. If you work with the quantum software program, it can access information regarding the different forms of stress. It's actually working with the etheric field, not the physical body, but that's significant because the etheric field is considered our template or blueprint for our reality. So a specialized quantum software program can not only provide information, but in the case of the SRC for you, it offers a novel approach to clearing the stress. It sends the energy of virtual Qigong to the etheric field. And remember, everything is energy, so Qigong is energy. And again, you know, Qigong has long been known as a very powerful way to raise voltage. And so that's the theory behind this software. It's like turning the dial on the radio or TV up to a better station, and my personal belief is that every home needs this software program as much as they need the internet or their cell phone. So I'd like to give you a second demo. This is going to be a step up from that first, where I just was encouraging people to hit the wonder click. Now, if you're used to that, if you're in the habit of that, maybe you'd be interested in going up another notch, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, as you recall, you have a very simple process to work with this software, and this could be as far as you ever choose to go. You select or type a name, and you could either type it in right here and hit enter, or there is a drop down, and in this case, for the demonstration, I'm going to do my extended family, and I've clicked, it went in there automatically. I'm going to optimize the connection, hit the plus. Now, you may recall, and I still feel this way even at this second level, we don't need to read all these things. This is information. We're working in very subtle terms. The significance of this panel is it's clearing static. And now just hit the OK, hit the exit. And as you're accustomed to doing, you could just hit the wonder click, and you would be doing a session. and you see that the work is done. You just called on generations of Qigong and the knowledge of Qigong masters to work to relieve some stress. Now this is like the film in your camera, the etheric field. It's what's perhaps in the process of developing if stress is left unchecked. But after a while, an interesting thing happens. If you every day get your wonder click and do the work, and remember you've got 10 of these applications, so you could be helping family members, you could be clearing your home, etc. As your own voltage goes up, as you continue to clear, you may start wanting a little more knowledge. And if that's the case, you've got panels of information here, and I'm going to encourage you just to work with this center panel, and you can actually start to scroll down. And remember, compare this to the film in your camera. This is not your body. This is information from the etheric field, but it's giving you tremendous amount of information. Now, there are many other panels, but these are primarily Qigong terms and acupuncture points. It's not necessary. You can see just how much work is being done, but it really isn't necessary to go down this. For one thing, it would be extremely time consuming, and that's not what this software is designed for. You see how much information, and this is what's working with your etheric field. It is really comprehensive. And again, I'm just scrolling on down. It's quite amazing, actually, the information contained in here. Just quickly, just on down. So we want to focus with the top two panels, which are general options and emotional mental. So you say, well, how do you do this? It's all subtle, and what's what? So this is where I'd like to introduce the dowsing. So you've got a tab down here, and this is Show Tool Tabs. Click this and go up here to the second from the left tab, and this is the dowsing tool. And what I have gotten in the habit of doing, I don't know that it's necessary, but I like to do just a little clearing before I douse. I like to put in left spin, and you see right here I'm going to check the issue, and that's whatever is going on right now with my extended family. Their spin is really just about ideal, 97% now out of a maximum value of 100. I'm going to enhance that, but it won't take much, and I'm going to add the issue over here to this box. Now I like to do cellular communication. 42. I'd like to go ahead and enhance that up to the full. Now you'll see in this little green box, you're going to see a range of 98 to 102, and I'll explain that in a moment. And I think you're going to see you can use this dowsing application for many things. You know, when you work to douse with a pendulum, and here's, by the way, the third thing I like to douse in. You're going to be doing this your way, but I like to douse in hydration. And that's low. So that needs to be, perhaps the people having a session or yourself need to be made aware that perhaps they need more water. But regardless, this dowsing application can be used for so many things, and I'm going to try to show you some of these things as we go through these demos. But right now, I'd like to just show you how to get a little bit of information from these top two panels. So we start at the top here. Let's get up to the very top. We see the added theme, kidney yin. So stress-wise, perhaps a little weakness with the kidneys. Now remember, your energy flows, and this is all subtle, and the field constantly is adjusting these things. We've caught a little slice of this action, but what I like to do, I like to put this right here in the dowsing box and check. Now I see a maximum value of 102. This is my interpretation. When I see a 100, a 101, or 102, my opinion is this is acute. If I see a 98 or 99, my opinion is it's more of a chronic stress, and then I might want to learn more. Now I'm not going to enhance this. I don't want to enhance kidney, and I'm going to clear that, and I'm going to go back. So we see aspergillus again, subtle energy. Nothing you would find in a blood test or a hair test. Let's just look. All right, again 100. I'm going to look at that as more of an acute. I'm going to clear. Now again, we see body part, arm, left, outer area, posterior. And this is really in reference to an acupuncture point. Let's see where we are with this. Okay, so that's more of a chronic. Now, right now, for this set of demos, we're just doing the dowser. I'm going to get into how to work with this in the next series. But at this point, you've got information, and remember, the Wonder Click is working with it. So let's just go ahead and clear that. This is the time. A lot of times I recommend people get online and do some research. I can't even begin to tell you how many people I know personally have cleared issues just from getting online and looking a few things up. Moving pain. And remember, this is Eastern versus Western. You don't need to be familiar with these terms. The software is doing it. My little copy thing doesn't always do what I want it to do. Okay, so again, more acute in my opinion. Upper body. Again, I'm just really looking for 98s and 99 immune. Remember, the Wonder Click is working. Now this is something interesting, sweat glands, which comes up in almost every scan. So this gives you an idea of a stress that's pretty much something we're all going through. Again, acute at this point. Life force. Let's see, I skipped over gallbladder. I'll have to go back to that. It's amazing as you start enhancing your knowledge how significant the gallbladder is. Again, there's a chronic, and remember, the Wonder Click is addressing this stress, but in the next series we'll go over some other things you might want to do. Kidney 10. You're just gathering information, but just let me give you an example of something you could do here. You can go online and look up acupuncture.com and do your research and do so much to work with this stress on your own. It's just amazing when you realize. I was listening to someone the other day who had dated a surgeon for a while, and he got a call one night, and he told the people he'd call them right back, and he's an excellent surgeon, she said, but he went and Googled their problem. So don't hesitate, and this is one application you can start doing right now in reference to this software and the information you're getting. Again, let's just go on down. I'm just copying. Clear. And we're only going to work with the top two panels. Again, we've got a 99 here, so that's some information again. The Wonder Click is addressing these things, but there's more we're going to be able to do. Alright, so let's go to the mental emotional. defensive action, provocation. Again, just passing through. Remember, this is just the film in your camera. Terror. Again, film in your camera, just something acute. Stress factor, mutated and or degenerative cellular damage. Again, nothing to be worried about. This is not the same as going to the doctor, but let's see what kind of level of stress. Okay, again 100, it's acute. The Wonder Click is addressing this. You don't need to do much with the stress relieving color, that's just information. Now, words to ponder. We 24/7 are chattering to ourselves. This is below the level of consciousness, obviously, and sometimes you get a little bit of information from these, sometimes not. In this particular case, it is God creates a worm for every bird, but he does not throw it in the nest. So I guess we're getting a message we have to do a little work, which is interesting because I guess you have to do a little work to work with any new experience, including this software. Now the mind is ending relationships. That's a stress. Let's again look at this. Okay, and that's a chronic. Again, we have the awareness. We'll go over this in the next series as to some additional things. Arguing. Okay. Perplexed. That's more a chronic. This is something perhaps you want to do more work with, which we'll go into. Resistance factor, constitutional. So again, let's just see where we are with that. And again, chronic. So we might test this in 15 minutes and it might be totally different. I can't stress enough, this is the energy flowing through your field. But that being said, this is powerful work to be able to clear the stress and allow your own personal voltage to go up. And I want to show you one other thing, and this has become something I've done daily for myself. Work with the pendulum can be compromised if there is stress around the person or other thought forms perhaps sending some stress. But with a computer, it's pure mathematics and pure logic. So you can use this Dowsing app just like you would use a pendulum, but with perhaps some clearer results. So what I started doing is testing myself every day for the supplements I'm going to take. So with this, for example, let's just do percent benefit. Now I like to type it out. Everybody's different. You're going to have your own way, but I feel that words and letters are frequency. I'm going to type it out. I'm going to say, for example, percent benefit of taking blue-green algae today. Okay, 53. I like to see a 70% or better. Let's do percent benefit of taking Vita Pulse today. All right, 21. I would, if this were me, I would skip that over. Let's do a third. Percent benefit of taking, what should I take? Turmeric today. And again, a 31. What I have found with this work is most of us take way too many products. We've become almost toxic from this. I've saved a fortune on products. It used to be I could have had my own health food store, I think, from all the things and many things that probably didn't help me at all. So I have gotten into the habit of testing. If you don't have time to test every day, which many don't, test once a week. Just set your things aside, test what you're going to take for the week. But this is just a very small demo of what you can do with the dowsing. So you may be ready at this point, if your schedule permits, to go from the Wonder Click, which hopefully you have mastered. It's a piece of cake once you get used to it, to now going into the dowsing and starting to get a little information on what points of stress might be chronic, and you might want to do a few more things with the SRC to rectify. So with that in mind, hope this helps, and we'll go into the third series.